Hey, welcome to the His and Hers Freedom Podcast, where faith, family, and freedom always come first.
We are Frank and Alyssa Williams, mom and dad to 5 beautiful children. Every week, we're going to dive into a mix of family, current events, and what it's like to hold the minority opinion in today's world. So grab whatever caffeine keeps you going.
Or some pre-workout. Let's get it.
Welcome in to episode 8A. I'm calling it because my lovely co-host, hubby, is down bad. He's down bad with, I don't know if it's food poisoning, stomach bug, the horrible, nasty flu that's been going around. This is a solo episode. So, ladies listening, this is for you. And guys, feel free to tune out on this one. No hard feelings. I totally get it. This may not have something for everybody like it typically does, but yeah, life happens and he started feeling really bad today. So this one's just for the girls. Getting right into it, I hope this episode finds you rested. Although, honestly, I don't know what day it is. Is it January? Is it still December? I feel like I'm in that weird in between like twilight zone right now. It's like, okay, what day is it? Is it Saturday again? Nope, it's Wednesday. This jumping back into the routine, like the work week routine has been pretty tough, especially on the kids. Going back to school, everybody's exhausted. And so if you're kids or if you're feeling that too, you're not alone. So anyway, this episode is going to be female leaning, political, and very much front of mind for me lately. If you stay even mildly up to date on the news, I'm sure some of these topics have been front of mind for you as well, especially if you're someone who believes in traditional values and strong community. Basically, anyone who is a conservative and in touch with what's going on in the real world. So recently, or I guess not recently, yesterday, I listened to a podcast that was led by 2 women who have both covered the White House for years. And the episode was titled The GOP's Lady Problem. And honestly, it made me uncomfortable. One of the hosts, or the main host of the show, spent a lot of her time being dismissive and pretty demeaning toward not only Republican women, but Republican people in power at the White House, or, um, conservative influencers like Erica Kirk and Tommy Lauren and the Trump women. And she also criticized women like Kristi Noem and made personal comments about Caroline Leavitt, who we love, a queen. And her comments weren't about her leadership. They weren't about the policies that she stands for or tries to uphold in the White House as the press secretary, but about her looks. And so her entire angle was supposed to be about feminism and empowerment and women in leadership, while she was simultaneously tearing down other women who have different views and perspectives than she. And so in my mind, tell me how that's women empowerment. As a Republican woman listening to that episode, the narrative felt extremely confusing and just very off-putting to me. On one hand, she was saying that the GOP is somehow against women, but on the other hand, she's criticizing the very women who are in GOP powerful position within the Republican Party. So it didn't make sense. It was like totally unfair and super contradictory. So, another point that came up in the episode was this idea that Republican women don't have female role models. Her co-host said that she interviewed aforementioned women, Tommy Lauren, Caroline Leavitt, Kristi Noem, said that she interviewed these ladies and they basically said that they don't have strong female role models that they look up to, that women in GOP leadership don't know who they aspire to be like, because nobody's really set the standard. And I was just like, what? Because when you actually stop and look at the facts, that argument doesn't even hold up. So I don't believe that those women would say things like that, knowing the platform that they have and the millions of people that cling to their every single word. But just a couple facts that I wanted to spout off, because immediately, I'm like pausing the episode, going to research. Republican women have held influential positions going back years. And ultimately, of course, she's liberal, she's Democrat. Ultimately, she was making all of these statements about, and she even said in her podcast, MAGA women and Trump supporters. And she was targeting so many different individuals. Republican women have held influential positions going back years. It's not something that started in 2020 or during the Trump administration. Republican women have served in presidential administrations, held leadership roles, and shaped policy long before that. And the reason that it feels invisible isn't because it didn't exist or doesn't exist. It's because the media, as they always have, I feel like the Trump administration has really brought fake news and how much the media lies to light. But it's not that it was these women didn't exist, is that the media always chose not to highlight it. They only show Republicans when they want us to look bad. They don't spotlight conservative leaning women's accomplishments. They like to twist the narrative because the narratives help them push their agenda and helps shape people's opinions. So this is where I want to be clear about what I feel the real issue is. And the real issue isn't that Republican women don't exist. The real issue is that Republican women must step up even more. And I know anyone, the women listening already know this. You know this because you are tuning in. You know this because you feel something inside of you saying, okay, how do I learn more? What do I do to get more involved? But I want to directly target females in their 30s or under. I really want you to hear this. I still get to say I'm in my 30s. We are the next faces of the Republican movement. Whether you're politically active right now or just starting to kind of wake up to what's happening around you, kind of starting to question, like, that doesn't feel right. What is right? I haven't been politically involved for decades. Honestly, it's been within the last couple of years, I should say. But I didn't really start speaking out on things until this past year. The older I get, though, the more I started questioning and researching and paying attention. I realized this isn't just about elected office. This is about communities, families, culture, values, all of the things that shape who we are as individuals and who we are as women, who we are as mothers, sisters, daughters, wives. So here's where the real work is being done, though. Right now, Republican women are doing the real work. And one of the biggest driving forces behind that is the Federation of Republican Women. I am actually a member of the Texas Republican Women, which operates under the Federation. These groups are organized by counties and regions, states, etc. And what they do is incredible. Since joining, I think I joined in 2024. Since joining, there's just been like a fire lit inside me to get more involved. I've met some incredible people that I could have never met in my day-to-day life, but you join, you get immediately thrown into the mix. You ask what to do. You're given tools and resources, and you're given a job immediately. Yes, it's volunteer work, but you truly leave every meeting knowing that you made a difference or that you made an impact on someone's life or in your community in some way. And so back to the Federation of Republican Women, even if you're not in Texas, obviously it's a federal organization. So if you're in another state, what they do is they encourage people to vote. They engage in their communities. So they throw parades, they do things for kids all the time, they do things for veterans, they do things for elderly. They help support school boards and local leadership. I think if you're a woman and you have strong beliefs like I do, you do this on a day-to-day basis anyway, so why not be a part of a collective that also feels strongly, just as strong as you do? They advocate for faith, family, and freedom. And if you're a conservative woman, whether you voted for Trump or not, if you care about faith, family, and community, then this is where you belong. These organizations matter because every person in power, from school boards to state reps to senators, is elected by voters, aka me and you and me. And voters are shaped by the community that they're in. So if you're, quick soapbox moment, do your research on the people running for office. Someone can present one way publicly, and when you dig deeper on them, realize, no, okay, well, I met this guy who's running, I won't say his position, but I met this guy, he's running for office, right? He's great, he presented well, super, super nice, super kind, very likable. And then I get home, kind of sparked my interest, right? So I go look him up and realize he was a freaking Democrat with totally opposing views 3 years ago. Yeah, not voting for that guy anymore. Absolutely not. You're just switching party labels because you think it benefits you politically. And so things like that matter. Do your research and vote for people who reflect your values. And of course, not everybody's going to align on every single thing, but ultimately, maybe three different things that two candidates are, opposing candidates. Choose the one who has values that you align with more. Here's how you can get involved. If you're listening and you want to get connected but don't know how, I can help. If you want to find a Republican Women's chapter near you in your county or state, reach out to me. You can text me, email me, message me on Instagram or Facebook, however you can get a hold of me. I will help you find your closest to you chapter. It's easy. The membership fee is typically low cost. Get involved immediately, and it's extremely, incredibly rewarding. And no, this does not mean there's only one way to live your life. You don't have to be like me. You don't have to be like Caroline Levitt. You don't have to be a world changer. You can be a stay-at-home mom. You can be a working mom. You can be a business owner, a leader, a multifaceted woman wearing many hats. Most of us are. If you're listening, what you care, whether you realize it or not. Here's why it matters right now. Here's why you getting involved matters right now, because everything around us is changing. We see ads online nonstop, and we can't even tell if they're real, if they're AI generated. We see ideology pushed onto our kids in their schools and their libraries. We see media outlets constantly lying and distorting reality. This is a big moment in history, I feel, at least for me. And I know every woman in the chapter that I'm involved in, they feel like this is a moment in history that we want to be a part of. We want to be a part of the change. So we're not powerless. You're not powerless. If you feel a shift, then it's time to take your role more seriously. You're not crazy. You just need a little push to get you more involved. Let's talk. I would love to be that segue to get you more involved. I want to be there. I want to support you. I want to help you. So please, please, please message me and ask me how you can get more involved in your civic local politics. Okay, now shifting gears, just a bit into some real girl talk. For Frank and I, this new year felt different for us. Frank and I usually do New Year's resolutions, and I've done it all. 75 hard, weight loss goals, half marathons. And while those are great, this year just felt different. We treated the new year like a reset for our life, in our home, and our family. We asked, It was almost like a business meeting for our life. We came together and we asked some questions. We said, okay, what do we want to achieve by 2026? And wrote those things down. And then we said, okay, now what needs to change in order for us to get there? And one of the biggest things for me was calm inside the home. And by calm, I just mean organization. If you know me at all, you know, it drives me nuts to not know where things are and to always be behind on laundry. And so for me, that was a big thing. I want to get rid of the clutter in our house. We have so much stuff that we don't need, that we don't use, that just gets shoved from one corner to another. And so one of the biggest things for me was our home. And I just was like, I've seen it over and over again on TikTok and Instagram. Cluttering your home clutters your mind. When you don't have systems, then your life feels chaotic. So we deep cleaned, we donated, we threw things out, we reorganized, we remodeled some areas, and every room started to feel better and better. Everything has a place now, and that has made already, just in the past week and a half, has already made daily life so much better, so much smoother, especially when we're rushing out the door for practices or games or school or just to go somewhere. So all of that being said, I just wanted to talk with the girls and say, hey, give yourself some grace. Women, and I know men struggle with this too, but I think women more so, we carry such an invisible mental load that most people don't see. And of course, our spouses or men don't see things that they don't have to worry about that we just kind of handle, like appointments, school schedules, holidays, decorations, birthdays, family logistics, getting the friend group together, organizing dinners, talking to, or whatever it may be. There's so much stuff that we deal with on a day-to-day mentally that I really just wanted to acknowledge and say how incredible I think women are for handling all those things and for showing up and always, always, always putting ourselves last. This year, I really hope that you take the time to step back and congratulate yourself, pat yourself on the back, and be proud of the things that you have overcome. Be proud of the way that your body has carried you and cared for you, um, in the little lives that your body's created. I just this episode is titled "This One's for the Girls" for a reason, and I think women are amazing. I have so many incredible women in my life, and I hope that if you don't take anything else from this episode, I just want you to take away how great you are and tell another woman how great she is and how much she means to you, because you never know what she's going through and when she needs to hear it. So even if you are a student still figuring out your career path, you're doing better than you think. Somebody else stood where you are and she made it. So can you. I truly believe that 26 is going to be a powerful year for women who step up, speak up, and stay grounded in their values. I'm excited for what's ahead, and I'm grateful that you're here. Cheers to 2026. Love ya.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. We hope something you heard encouraged or challenged you.
Yeah, and if it did, share it with a friend, leave us a quick review, and keep standing for faith, family, and freedom.
See ya!